that Rav said that if he is from the living, it's Rabbeinu HaKodesh, and if he's from the dead, he is like Daniel, the delightful, Daniel, the of the book of Daniel. The fact that Rav entertained this possibility that Messiah is of the dead indicates that this is a legitimate position. And this is further clearly stated by the Talmud in Brachos in Yerushalmi, that the Rabbanan, the rabbis, who were the majority of the people in that generation, believed that it could be. In fact, that's their major position. Rabbi Yehuda, in the name of Rav, comes along and says that there will be another David, not David the king. That caused consternation by Rav Papa, who was of the opinion that it will be David. Because it says, David, my servant, will be the prince. So you see, Rav Papa held that way. Abaye, who answered Rav Papa, did not feel that this was heresy. Otherwise, he had an obligation to tell him this is heresy. Instead, he told them that yes, David will be a Nasi, but that's not the king. So David will rise up and be the day administrator, but he won't be the Messiah. But you see from here, the possibility exists that someone will rise up from the dead to be the Messiah. This is not contrary to Torah position. And those people who say that this is Christianity have to have their heads examined. What are they reading? If you can prove otherwise, I've laid out the Talmud in Sanhedrin 98b. I've told you the Yerushalmi. I've also shown you from the Rambam himself, where he talks about if he did not fulfill these things, he's not the Messiah that's been promised to us. In that very halacha, he doesn't go ahead and criticize the Christians, because this is not a criticism to believe in a dead Messiah, because the possibility is found in the Talmud, not just once but twice, and that this is a firmly established position in the Talmud. And so therefore, some of you have been very critical of me for criticizing David Berger for his attacks. First of all, I did not attack David Berger initially. David Berger attacked all those who are Lubavitchers, including myself. And David Berger has gone ahead and said that my wine is not kosher wine, and if I were to be a shochet, my shchita would not be a shchita. All because David Berger has a problem with this, because there are people in Lubavitch who believe that the Rebbe is the Messiah. So first and foremost, when you have a matter of life and death in castigating people, you have to have a din Torah, you have to take witnesses, you have to go ahead and he is the judge and the jury, and declaring people to be illegitimate and heretics. He can make that statement and besmirch thousands of people, and I cannot object to what he says. That's a chutzpah on your part, that I can't object to his outrageous statements. That's number one. Number two, he's saying, well, but you're not in the category in the league. First of all, you don't know me, and you really don't know David Berger. David Berger in this area has made numerous mistakes and has regurgitated and gone over and over again all of these concepts in order to make things fit in for himself. Very conveniently, by the way. David Berger is not the world-class scholar that you think he is, and even if he was, he is very welcome to come on any format and say that Bergstein is crazy, these things can be negated in such and such a way. I've already laid out my objections to those who've seen this, and if you feel that you can answer these objections, you're welcome to do so. I'll be more than happy to admit my mistake if you can negate what I've said. If what I say is true, then Berger should apologize to the Lubavitch community and tear up his vicious attacks. The fact is, he continues to do so. And he does so in various other venues where he isn't even in the slightest able to do that. I guarantee you he's never studied the Kabbalah. If he studied the Kabbalah, he's read it superficially. Certainly does not know the terminology that is used. This will be discussed in a different video. And he goes ahead and he says the most horrible, slanderous accusations on people. When somebody attacks a group of people and one of those people respond, I'm entitled to respond to that person. I'm responding to David Berger about Messiah being from the dead. I've presented to you several sources, which to me are very, very clear. The Messiah can be from the dead. It is not a Christian concept. It is a Talmudic concept. And if you have evidence to the contrary, in these sources, don't give me other sources, in these sources, show them to me. Show where my error is, and I'll accept it if I've made an error. But if I haven't made an error, then be man enough to admit you made a mistake. With that, I want to wish everyone well. Messiah can be from the dead, and we don't know what will happen till it actually happens.